Welcome to episode number 7, I believe. This time around, I'm going to try to finish up a project I've been just chipping away at. It's really, really, really easy, really simple kind of thing, but just a little bit of, you know, lot of little steps to kind of get it all together. What it is, as the title probably already lets you know, this is a Dell power supply, desktop PC standard power supply, and it's just something that I thought. I looked at it and I said, well, maybe I can find some use for this other than the recycling bin, right? So we'll get into that more. It's pretty straightforward, but right now you can see I'm just trying to dry or secure this. I used some adhesive caulking type glue gun, not hot glue. This is like a name brand product that is pretty strong. So hopefully it'll work. So that should be just about set. That's been sitting there for a while. I'll just push that out of the way for a minute. What I want to do right now, actually what I need to kind of do for the next step of this is, it's a little bit messy, but hopefully I can kind of finagle this well enough just to get it done. Just want to tin the tips, it's just one of these things. Again, it's just a bunch of little steps to get this all kind of happening. And I'll just use the vise as a. I don't have anything really better than, yeah. It's probably as good a thing as I'll find for doing this. Pretty straightforward stuff. And yeah. So anyway, while I'm doing this, I guess I can explain some more about the project. It's a standard power supply from an older desktop, and what really intrigued me about it more than anything, I mean, I have proper, or I'd say proper, I guess, bench power supplies. I have 2 of them. The most that they deliver, the larger of the 2, the Anatech one, can put out about an amp, 1.2 amps, a max, something like that. So that's pretty good. For most things, that's plenty. This thing can really put out the juice. It's 12 volt rail, can do, I don't know, 15 or 17 amps or something something like that. So that's substantial. The other thing, the main thing though, that kind of intrigued me about it is that it has a positive 12 volts and a negative 12 volt rail. Not symmetrical in terms of the current that's about a half 500 milliamperes, milliamperes, half an ampere. So that's quite a difference from the positive 12 volt rail. Did I get them all? That seems too quick. I feel like I missed something here. It looks like there's one. No, kind of got that one. I didn't really do a very good job, so I'll try to do a little better on that. I got. Okay, I think I got them. I guess, yeah, that was faster than I thought it would be. So yeah, move that aside. So that's what kind of, I thought, well, hey, maybe I can make something out of this, maybe there's something for me. Jeez. All right. No need to get all worked up here. I gotta take these clamps off. I figure this is probably dry by now. been a little while, and this stuff sets up pretty quick according to the manual. Anywho, yeah. So okay, let me just quickly. So I left these intact. You know, these are standard power connectors, serial ATA type power connectors. Maybe there's the odd occurrence where I want that on my bench, and I got it. And if I never use it again, oh well, you know. But the rest of it, I just sort of, as you see, I had this nice sort of terminal block. So I decided, well, that will be very nice as a way to kind of contain all these wires coming out the side here. It's pretty intense wiring that comes out of this thing. There's all kinds of, it's all the same, just repeated, right? Multiples of 5 volts, and I think red is 5, orange is 3.3, yellow is 12, and the blue is the negative 12. I might have these two reversed. This is just off the top of my head. And then, of course, well, not of course, but as a general thing, black wiring indicates sort of your negative or neutral or return or whatever you want to call it. So, I don't know, I just multiple of each, and kind of makes it versatile. It's not a problem anyway. I also added a switch there, just a very basic switch. So one of the wires, in this case there was a green wire in the harness bundle, and the green wire, when it's connected to ground, puts the power supply on, or turns the power supply on. On the back there's I guess a little reset type switch, I don't know, something like that. And there's a power LED. Unfortunately it's on the back. I probably should have bothered to route it to the front. I don't know. It's hard to see. You can see up top, and I'll have a look. It's pretty dense in there. There's not a whole lot of room for stuff to be, sort of altered and adjusted. So anyway, I think it's good enough. And yeah, I mean, and that's it. That's it. It's very straightforward. I mean, there's nothing really crazy about this, clearly. So I guess what I really was thinking as the second part of this was that I would use all my not all of them, but a bunch of my existing alligator clips that I don't really use very much to begin with, and just permanently kind of make them part of this, and then they're always there, always ready to go. So one of the challenges is all these clips hanging out all over the place. It's might become a bit of a mess and a burden, or cumbersome anyway. I don't know how I'll contain that part, but I'll figure it out as I go. And in all honesty, well, so anyway, so the 12 volts plus and minus, that's what kind of caught my attention. And especially for working with op amps, if I'm trying to learn about them some more, and learn about that kind of that component, that circuitry, and mess around on the breadboard or whatever. It'd be handy to have that. I can do that as it is currently, but it's a little more involved using the two power supplies that I have, the two somewhat proper bench supplies that I have on hand at the moment. But this will be another option, and something a little more ready-made for that particular task. So I think you can see the general thing that's happening. I figure I would do something like this when these aren't in use. I'll just kind of clip them to themselves, something, right? And then, kind of, to some degree, kind of keeps it kind of tidy, somewhat. Not perfect, but it's I don't know what a better solution would be at this point, so I'm just going to go with that for now. So yeah, this is really just the final steps here. I'm just kind of wrapping it up, putting the alligator clip leads on the terminal block, and I guess we can I guess we could see if it works. I mean, it should work. It did work, unless I did something really, really silly. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't work, so I feel confident about that part. Yeah. So that's the gist of it. Yeah, it's just another thing if you don't have. And again, I guess one of the aspects. See, I happen to have a couple of these because I've acquired them over the years. Proper bench power supplies that are adjustable and more versatile than this. But if you don't have that, this is something. And I'm sure if you really, really wanted to, you could figure out a way to make this adjustable, to give it some adjustability if you wanted that. I'm not really inclined to do that. I don't need to, so I'm not going to really pursue that. I think it's enough just as it is. But that is possible, and it wouldn't be extremely complicated to accomplish, I don't imagine. I'm sure there's more than one way to skin that particular kitty. Not that I advocate harming animals in any way, shape, or form, because I most certainly do not. But, anywho. So, hopefully this gives you some ideas of your own. I mean, that's what it really is. It's just about looking at things and like, I don't know, trying to repurpose it. Is there some possible use I could find for this thing before I just say, throw it out? Because I do that so much, and it's kind of unfortunate, that is sort of the de facto approach, that people have towards, things that they, these devices and technologies and things that really don't belong in a landfill. So make sure these are. I'll have to probably go over these again, make sure they're nice and snug. But I think you can see the idea here. It isn't. It's kind of ridiculous, but hey, it's a thing. And if you didn't have a power supply, this would be a lot better than nothing. I would be willing to wager. This is better than no power supply at all. And just kind of see how it looks when it's all tidied up. This was my sort of vision of how this would all sort of work and what it would be like. I guess one thing that I see right away that might be an issue, the case of this, the actual case is probably earthed. And these things, because of the way I'm attaching them like this, they're kind of potentially coming in contact with the case, and that is probably not awesome. So that's probably one little thing I might have to avoid, or I might have to figure out some other way to park these alligator clips other than this. I can keep them down here a bit further away from the actual metal housing, but it could still potentially at any time one of these could touch the housing, and then that essentially is a short, which is not probably very good. So I think, yeah, there it is. Oh joy, eh? Isn't that a thing of beauty? DIY benchtop power supply, non-variable, unfortunately. But I imagine if you're feeling up to it, you could come up with a way to tackle that particular aspect and do something with that. But for me, I don't know. If I ever use this at all, I don't think I need it to be variable, and I think that it will be I can find some use for it. And and this is like I say, this is just sort of adhesive that's holding this down. If it turns out over time that doesn't work, I'll find some method of securing it. Otherwise, I'll probably drill a couple holes, even with twist ties or something. There's all, all kinds of ways. None of this is mission critical. I just don't want it to be a fire hazard or anything like that. I want to make sure the thing is safe, to plug in and so forth. So, well, there you have it. Once again, I thank you for watching. I hope you got something useful out of this, even if it's just a laugh or a chuckle at my folly. But that's still better than nothing in my books. So I hope you enjoyed this, and that you'll come back again soon and see what new things are happening here at Galapagos. So till then, take care and bye for now.